Hi, I'm former MLB player Jermaine Curtis, and if you give me 3 rounds, I'll transform your hitter. And what I'm going to teach you is called the M.L.B batting practice. This batting practice you can do absolutely anywhere with no special equipment, no technology. You don't need any of the things to get your hitter better. And I promise you, if you watch until the end of this video, they're definitely going to transform and everyone's going to notice. The things I'm going to tell you is what I learned over my career. And if you don't know who I am, I went to UCLA and then I was drafted to the St. Louis Cardinals, and I played a brief time in the MLB with the Cardinals, the A's, the Reds, and the Twins. And so I played with a lot of great players, future Hall of Famers. I've been mentored by Hall of Famers and people who are going to be Hall of Famers. So I learned a lot, and now I'm out sharing it to the next generation. So with that being said, what I'm going to do is I'm first going to take you through what we would do on the field and through the batting practice, and then I'm going to cater it towards you so that your kid could definitely transform and they can take their game to that next level. So the first thing we do in round 1 is called movement. And in this round, all you're trying to do is just get your body loose. And what I like to focus on is hand-eye coordination, just getting barrel to the ball and focusing on the ball hitting the barrel. In this round, all you're going to do is just get loose. You're going to swing at everything, put barrel to the ball. And personally, for me, I would also try to hit to right center as a right-handed hitter, and I want to put it over the second baseman's head. I remember Barry Bonds will always tell me, start from the ground up. So you want to start from the ground up and hit from shortstop and move higher up over his head. So the first round, what I would do is I would hit ground balls to second base. Now, you don't want to have ground balls that are choppers. You want to have back spinning ground balls that have life to them. And then you start going higher, which means you start hitting a low liner. You hit the edge of the grass over there at second base. And then you go higher than that. Then you start putting it over the second baseman's head. And then you go higher and you start trying to drive it to right center. Now that is the first round. And the reason why we're working the right center is because we want to let the ball get deep. So if I'm showing you from this angle, we want to let the ball get deep and we want to know where our point of contact is, okay? So that's where we want to be. I remember speaking with Tony Gwynn about this. I asked Tony Gwynn when I was at UCLA and he was the manager at San Diego State, RIP. He told me that his first round, he would try to hit the ball and the other side of the turtle. Now, I tried doing this and it is absolutely hard, but that's the hand-eye coordination that he had, and he wanted to challenge himself. So he's letting that ball get super deep. If I'm trying to hit it to right center, I'm hitting it probably about right here. He's hitting it back here, just hitting the other side of the turtle on a line drive, basically hitting it to where you guys are right now. Just ridiculous. But this hand-eye coordination was on another level. But again, that's the first round, movement. We're just getting our hand-eye coordination. We're letting the ball travel. We're getting it to the point of contact where you're hitting low liners to second base or over their head. And also watch the spin of the baseball. You want to see it with some backspin. You don't want it to tail. You want it to be true. So we're looking for that. That right there is the first round. And again, we're swinging at everything. We're just getting barrel to the ball. And as a hitter, we're trying to see the ball hit the barrel. We want to hit it on the sweet spot. If you can wrap tape around your bat so that you can get a visual image when you see the ball hit the barrel, then that would be good for you. So that's first round. Now the round number 2 is called leverage. Now this is when things start getting fun. This is when we're loose now and we're ready to, have a bit of fun out there. In the second round, what we're going to do is we're only going to swing at strikes. And personally for me, I would aim up the middle. Now this is where I'm trying to hit the L screen and then I'm going higher. So if you're a dad, you better watch out because your kid might hit some line drives right at you. But that's where you start sinking in and controlling the strike zone. Since now they're only focusing on strikes, they're going to focus more. And when you focus more, you start gaining leverage because good hitters control the strike zone. So you're teaching them the fundamentals to become a really good hitter. Now, the first round, was swing round, swing, 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 which is what we do in practice. If you go to any little league practice, if you go to mostly all practices at the amateur level, but at the pro level, we start off by swinging, but then we stop swinging outside the zone and we start targeting where we want the pitches, because that's how you hit. That's how you hit at a high level. So we're teaching your kid the fundamentals. They're going to start only swinging at strikes, okay? They're not going to swing outside the zone. If it's right outside the zone, they're taking it. So only swinging at strikes. And what you're going to see is they're going to start having leverage. They're going to start hitting line drives. The exit velo is going to increase. They're going to get more solid contact. They're going to have a smile on their face because they're going to start feeling good about themselves. They're going to be confident. So that's the second round. And in this second round, personally for me, I'm trying to hit the L screen. Then I'm working higher, and then I'm trying to drive the ball over the center fielder's head. Okay, now when you think like that, you're going to only get pitches where you can do that. You're not going to swing a pitch out here because you can't hit this pitch to center field. You're going to focus on pitches right in here that you can do damage with. And your point of contact is going to be now, instead of being back here to drive to right center, you're going to be here now, where you can hit it. It's going to be even with your front foot, and where you can hit it right back at the middle. So now we know our point of contact and we're getting ourselves ready for the game. Now round 3, this is when it gets crazy. This is when you see video footage of guys, going, oh, we're all having a blast out there, because this round is called beast mode. So the first round was movement. The second round, we're getting leverage. And the third round, now it's beast mode. This is when we take it to that next level. This is when we start driving the baseball. This is when guys start having fun. We're getting pumped, we're getting confident, and we're having a blast out there. So the third round, what we're going to do is we're driving it to our poolside gap. But we're going to focus on pitches that we can actually drive to the poolside gap. Now, my swing was a pitch up in the zone. I like pitches like this where I could hit it in that gap. Your kid might like a pitch low in the zone, but take note of where that pitch is and what he's swinging at and where he's hitting the ball. If he's driving the pitch low, then tell him to start focusing on that, because that's what you want to do. You want to start dialing in on the pitches that you could do damage with. That's what this round is, beast mode. We're trying to turn into an animal, right? So we're gonna dial in into that pitch, okay? So for me, I'm looking for this pitch. I'm going to look for this pitch that's up in the zone that I can hammer to my poolside gap, okay? Now if it's not there, boom, I take that pitch. Now if it's there, bam, I'm hitting it and letting it drive. And I want to take my A swing, because this is like a 2-0 count. This is how you start crushing. This is how you increase your exit velo. This is how you start driving baseballs. I remember I was chatting with A-Rod about this, and I was struggling to hit for power. And A-Rod said, all you have to do is be right 36 times to hit 36 home runs a year. And I thought about that for a second. I was like, dang, he just simplified it. See, the guys that are hammering pitches and driving balls in those gaps and being very successful, what they're doing is eliminating pitches and zoning it where they want to. A-Rod would go up there and he will look for a certain pitch. And then he would, when he get that pitch, he would hammer that pitch. So those 36 times were 36 times where he was looking for that pitch and he dialed it in. He pinpointed what he wanted. And so that is how we start driving the baseball. That is how we become beast mode. So to flip it over to you, to give you some actionable steps, what you're gonna do is round 1, let them move their body. That's the first round, it's called movement. Let them put barrel to the ball, but tell them to keep their head on the ball. Tell them to see the ball hit the barrel. You don't even have to tell them about the approach. If you're a kid that's if your kid's a little bit older, you could tell them, all right, start with grounders to second base and then go higher and higher and work their way up. But if it's a kid younger than that, don't even tell them anything. Let them just swing the bat And your job is to throw strikes and also throw pitches that are ball right around the zone. So you want to work on the corners and a little bit off. And as far as where you're going to be, you don't have to be 60 feet 6 inches to throw. You can come in a little bit more. You come in at like 45 feet. If your kid's in little league, you can come in a little bit closer than that. What we want to do is throw strikes and just look, just watch, and let them start hitting ground balls. Let them get their movement. Let them get the, hand-eye coordination going towards the ball. Let them feel the barrel hit the ball, and let them just be in the moment, okay? So that's round number 1. Just let them be them. Let them swing at everything. All you have to do is just put the balls on the corners, put the balls over the plate, and put the balls just a little bit off the plate. And that's pretty much it. Now, round 2, you're going to tell them only swing at strikes, okay? Now, your job is you're going to have to put this over the middle of the plate, and then sometimes just throw a little bit off. Now, the reason why we want them to focus on strikes is because we want them to focus, and we're trying to get them to dial in the strike zone, because good hitting is more than just the swing. It's about controlling the strike zone. It's about being on time. It's about thinking. It's so much about hitting rather than just swinging. So we want them to start dialing in that, because if you're trying to hit for a high average, you're trying to hit more extra base hits, you have to get people to throw inside the strike zone. This is where baseball history was created. Out here, this is a pitcher's pitch. Out in here, this is a pitcher's pitch. High, pitcher's pitch, and down here, pitcher pitch. We want to eliminate those pitcher pitches and get more hitter's pitches. That's how you become a good hitter. You have to increase the probability of getting a hitter's pitch, and you have to decrease the probability of swinging at pitcher's pitches. So we want them to start thinking about that. This is the fundamentals of being a good hitter. And so that is round number 2. You're going to have round number 1, you're going to throw about 20 pitches, okay? 10 outside, 10 in the strike zone. Just get it around the zone, let them put barrel to the ball. Round 2, same thing, 20 pitches. You're going to throw 10 in strikes and 10 a little bit off. And again, they should swing about at 8 of those pitches, 9 of those pitches, okay? Or 10, they should swing about 9 or 10. They should take the rest, but they're focusing on what they want, which is to get a mistake and not hit pitches outside the zone. And if they need a guide, you could tell them, try to hit the L screen, try to hit over the center fielder's head. Just give them something that they can focus on in the back of their mind that would force them to start dialing up the middle. And then the last round, now we're trying to hit the ball to our pull side gap. If you're a right-handed hitter, you're hitting it to left center. And if you're a left-handed hitter, you're hitting it to right center. And what we're doing there is we're trying to get a pitch where we can drive the baseball with true backspin, hitting the ball that is going to carry, okay? And hitting the ball hard. That's what we want. This is where you're going to see an increase in exit velocity. You're going to see an increase in how far the ball's going to go, because now they're getting their point of contact out front. They're hitting the mistake, because in round 2, they're starting to dial in on mistakes. So now they're looking for that mistake, and when they get it, they're ready to hit. They're more aggressive, and this is like a 2-0 count, 3-1 count. I like to even say a 0-0 count. I think a 0-0 count is a hitter's count, and we're thinking in that mindset. We're thinking to do damage. We're not thinking to hit. And we're dialing in on the pitch that we can do that. So this is how you transform your hitter, taking them from a swing hitter to a good hitter, because good hitters decrease the probability of swinging at pitcher's pitches and increase the probability of swinging at hitter's pitches. Because like I said, baseball history was created over the middle of the plate. And if you swing at those pitches, you're going to hit more line drives. You're going to increase your exit velocity. You're going to get more solid contact. You're going to have a higher batting average. You're going to hit more doubles. You're going to hit more home runs. All your numbers are going to rise, because the goal is to be a good hitter, not just a swinger. And if you teach your kid the fundamentals right now of being a good hitter, they're going to pass the competition. Because if you're just being a swinger, it's like buying a lottery ticket and trying to win. We don't want that. And the odds of us playing that game and being successful is super low. So we want to increase our chance of being successful by giving ourselves a really high chance of being successful. And that's swinging at pitches that are mistakes and being more focused on what we can hit. And if we can't hit it, we don't swing at it. I like to tell my hitters that if you're trying to be a consistent hitter, it's more about what you don't swing at rather than what you do swing at. And if you want your hitter to make a faster transformation, I want to give you this right here. It's a free book called the Hitters Log, and it comes with video training where I teach you how to transform your hitter in a much more quicker and faster time. I'm telling you, if you start using this book on a daily basis, it's going to transform your hitter way faster than if you don't use it. So I want to give you this for free. All you have to do is just pay the shipping on it, and I'll just ship it right out to you. You'll get it in a few days, probably a week at latest, because of so much demand and so many people wanting to get this book. So if you want this book, I'll give it to you for free. Just pay the shipping. All you have to do is pay below, and I'll ship it out to you. It's going to definitely transform your hitter, and I would highly recommend that you use this to help your kid transform in a much more faster time, probably 2x to 3x faster. So if that's something that you want, get it before they run out. So with that being said, go down right now, get this for free, just pay the shipping on it, and I'll send it right out to you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the video training that teaches you how to use the Hitter's Log to transform your hitter.